Hello everyone, and welcome to a small after-action report of the second turn of my solo playthrough of Axis and Allies Stalingrad. On the German turn, they tried to attack two of the ferries with bombers, but both missed. So subsequently, during the Russian turn, they moved into the grain elevator respectively, and obviously the Barricada factory. The most momentous event during this turn was basically that the Germans moved into, not into Vertiace, into Orlovka with 4 infantry and some air support, but they didn't really cause many hits, maybe 1. But on the return roll, the Russians scored 3 or 4 hits, 3 hits, I believe. So as you can see, this is also a fortified area, so the Russians get a +1 to their attack roll. Now, had this air attack been successful, this unit would have been unsupplied, so that would have made a difference, although I'm not quite sure what the rolls were, but at the very least they wouldn't have had that bonus. Well, they would have had this bonus, but it would have been cancelled out by the unsupplied bonus. So yeah, so that was a very momentous event. So there you can also see how important it is to actually take out those ferries, not so much because they only cost 1 point to replace, and you may destroy 1 supply or 1 infantry, which you will probably survive, but all your attacks will and defense will be at -1, so that's a huge difference. Over here on the region board, the Germans repositioned some of their mobile units. They took them from here and from some battles over here that they won, and they retreated them. So this is quite a central place. It will take 2 moves to get back into the city, should they have to, and it will also take 2 moves or 3 moves sometimes. But you know, once the Russian attack comes, Uranus, yeah, they have a couple of mobile units in reserve, which they should definitely have. The Axis miners cleared this area. Over here, the battles keep raging. There's not a lot of units there. The Germans used some air power as well, and then they did inflict some damage, but there is still a tank remaining over here as well. Hopefully they'll be able to take it out on the next turn, and then these units will be freed up as well to move into Stalingrad. They also took Potomnik, which was empty. First a tank moved through it. I don't recall where it was from, but a tank moved through it, probably from Vertiace into Beketoska, and then subsequently some mechanized infantry was able to move from here through here. There, had this one still been Russian occupied, they would have had to stop. Sorry, even Russian controlled, they would have had to stop. They cannot just move through it if not paired with a tank, which is the difference between move 2 and the blitzing ability. So this area needed to be friendly before the mechanized infantry could move into Potomnik. Probably they'll move into Gumrak on the next turn, but they will definitely need some support here in Tinguda. The Germans have cleared the resistance as well, so these units should also be able to move towards Stalingrad pretty soon, and these units are poised to enter the northern sector of the city. But over here in Orlovka, that was definitely a big setback for the Germans. They would have preferred to go in force. Maybe they should have left these units in Kalach alone, because they moved some units back to infantry and a tank, I believe, which could have all moved into Stalingrad as well, which probably would have made a difference in the attack in Orlovka, but in this case it didn't. The Germans put an infantry unit here and subsequently moved it in here and moved one of the mobile units back. Yeah, I do believe that those were the major events on turn 2. Thank you for watching, and see you after turn 3.